Let's play some football. How's it going, everybody? My name is MrHurriicane, and this is the Chicago Bears franchise, Year 3, preseason getting kicked off. So we have just finished the offseason in the last week. We have a lot of new players on the team. It was a pretty exciting offseason. My name is MrHurriicane. Echo. We have to eliminate that at all costs. Fixed it. Anyway. Like I mentioned, a lot of new players on this team, and this is our first chance to really see what they can do. We ran a few practice plays in the last stream, but that doesn't really count in my book. So we're going to get into preseason week 1, not week 2 or week 3, just week 1 today, and we're going to see what this team is all about. I'm not sure if I'll stream all 4 games. I kind of want to maybe record some of my own, but we'll see what happens this weekend. But I want to get on to year 3 here pretty shortly, not have too long of a transition between year 2 and year 3. So welcome to those of you watching here on YouTube live. If you're watching the playback, I might have a couple timestamps down below if there's anything important. Otherwise, the game shouldn't be taking too long to get started. We'll go through some of the new players and just talk about what we're trying to do this year and what we hope changes from last season. And there are a lot of things that I want to get better because the year started very poorly, and then by the time we figured things out, it was a little too late. Yup, a lot of trades going on right now in the NFL. There'll for sure be some free agent talk and trade talk. Jarvis Landry got traded just minutes ago to the Cleveland Browns, which, I mean, you know, they have a lot of cap room, definitely need a lot of receiving help. If they have Josh Gordon play at a high level, that'll certainly be, and he did at times last year. Josh Gordon, when he's on the field, is just an incredible receiver. And Jarvis Landry, while I do think he can be a little overrated, is certainly a really good receiver. He can eat up a lot of targets, and I think that because they have a receiver like Josh Gordon, it'll allow a player like Landry to shine a little bit more. I don't look at a player like Jarvis Landry as someone you can build an offense around, but he's certainly someone you can build an offense with. So we'll see how that goes for Cleveland as they try to get at least one win more than last year. I didn't see what they gave up, though, for him. I heard it was going to be like a couple picks that weren't in the first 2 rounds. So we'll see what the Dolphins got in exchange. But let's talk about the Bears here first and foremost, as we are coming into this season, I think, with a lot more talent on both sides of the football. Our first selection this year, our first of 3 in the first round, because we traded up for an additional first round pick, and plus in year 1 we traded our second round pick for a future first. So we were just waiting for a good class to come along, and we found it. Bram Dearth was our first selection. Dearth is a defensive lineman that I think has a similar set of skills here to Joey Bosa. His athletic profile isn't quite as good. He's a little bit less explosive of an athlete, but he's really strong, really big, can rush the passer and stop the run. I want to move him around the defensive line. Probably won't stand him up at all, but I do want to move him around and find how many ways he can make an impact. He will be starting on day 1. On the offensive side, we also added a big play receiver in Harlan Regis. This was a stacked first round, and Regis was another player that, honestly, he has top 5 skills, and we got him in the middle of the first round. He has deep speed, elite speed, runs great routes, can leap, he's 6'2", 87 catching. I mean, what's not to like about Harlan Regis? Following that, we then went back to defense to take Marquise Starling here, a linebacker that I think is going to be a really rangy tackling machine, but I'm more worried about getting him to cover well, and I'm not sure if No, I'm not covering it up too much. So 65 zone, that has to improve. 55 man, though, that might never get good enough. So sadly, he's not a great coverage linebacker. Our best still appears to be Marcus Calhoun, who will be playing a lot this season. We also added Curry Peters at corner, giving us a very speedy young cornerback that we can build our secondary around. And then I made a trade at the end of the offseason because I needed to figure out how we could complete this offensive line. So we traded a 4th round pick for Tony Garcia, And he's definitely not an elite tackle, but I think he has the potential to be kind of one of those top 12, top 10 tackles in the league. Right now, he's the 21st ranked right tackle. Like to get him a little bit higher, but he's a starting caliber player who can still develop a little bit. And after missing out in the draft, we had to go get somebody, and I was lucky that a player like him was even on the trading block. So we're going to see a lot of players for the first time today. CJ Ross, the young running back, I think might be our long-term starter if things don't, we don't stick with Jordan Howard. He certainly has 3-down skills. We're going to see some Kendall Demmons here, the speedster I took in the 6th round, who's going to be kick returning and be the backup to Paul Richardson. I wanted someone who could burn in the slot, and Richardson did great last year in that role. I think Demmons, he's faster. Route running is actually somewhat close, but he needs to develop more as an overall receiver. So I like that 1-2 punch here. We added Tajay Sharp. We added Max Williams to complement our new starting tight end, Adam Shaheen, who's in the 3rd year of his contract. And I believe that's about all we had to go through here on the roster front. All right. I'll be getting to more of your questions and whatnot now that I've gotten kind of the intro out of the way. Here are the top-rated players on the team. We have Jordan Howard, Cody Whitehair, who's an impending free agent. Actually, both of these players are. Michael Burton, Frederick Chickalow already entering his 2nd season. Adrian Amos, Cameron Meredith, had the breakout season for us last season. And here are the numbers he put together. 78 grabs, almost 1,200 yards, and 12 scores. Now we have a receiver that can complement him a little bit better. Leonard Floyd, Pernell McPhee, Akeem Hicks, Danny Trevathan returns after a season-ending injury in last year's preseason. I think it's time to play some football, everybody. It's Bears and Broncos. Let's get into it. And there is a nice super chat to open up the stream here from, I might botch this pronunciation. Let me read the message first. Brazil here, trade Trubisky for Cairo Santos. I'm sure Santos is doing something solid here in the franchise, although I can't remember where I would see him. But thank you for the super chat. Oh man, I don't want to botch the pronunciation all that badly, but Guilherme? I'm doing my best here. Oliveira is the last name. I appreciate the super chat. That's very kind of you. But I think we're okay with Matt Prater right now. I could see what else is out there. I actually have 2 kickers on the roster. I have Carlos Crittenden, who was on the practice squad last year. Alright, so let's get in here. I have thought about also making my own playbook for this year, because there are some things I wanted to do differently, and I just don't like the playbooks in-game that much. So I started kind of building one out, and I'll see if I end up with something I like enough to use, and if so, I'll share it. But another super chat from 27 Super Yankees. This offseason is like the 2015 one on drugs. This offseason reminds me a little bit more of what I did in the Jaguars franchise when I had like Nataki Mason, Nate Bell, and all those other great players. Winston Lewis sends a super chat. Some Kane football right before practice. Lit. What are you practicing, Winston? But yes, I'm here to help pass your time or just entertain you. Hopefully I'm entertaining. I mean, that's what I'm trying to do. Super chat also from Ace of Games UK. Hey Kane, gonna be in Chicago in June. Looking forward to it. Hope season 3 goes well for you. Well, hope you have a good time in June. I've only ever spent about 60 minutes of my life in Chicago. It was in O'Hare Airport, which I think was the most impressive airport I've ever been to. I really liked it, but I was having to get from one terminal to the next. I literally spent about 45 minutes, like, walking / speed walking through O'Hare. I didn't have enough time to even do anything. I wish I did. Kind of wish I had like a couple hour layover. All right, let's get some action now after kicking off. We have Trevor Siemian here for the Denver Broncos. And another super chat here from Guilherme. Pretty close. A+ for effort. Thanks for the great content. Thank you for the super chat and praising the efforts here that I tried to apply. So let's get it started here. The Broncos want to throw it early here. We got super chats rolling in. I'm going to try my best to keep up. I might like do a couple and then wait and then do a couple, because there are a lot that are rolling in right now. But I do want to get to a lot of questions, and football's nice for that because of all the downtime between plays. Like, it's pretty easy to play football and multitask, whether it's watch a TV show, eat, whatever it is. Answer questions here on the stream chat. Simeon now off the mark. How have they not replaced him yet? Super chat here from Kobe Cobb. Trade Jordan Howard for a big-time need. Don't let him walk for nothing. Yeah, I mean, that's not normally my style, but C.J. Ross might prove to be someone that can take over the starting role. But I don't think he's quite what Jordan Howard is as a running back. Plus, injuries are a thing. You never know how things are going to shape out. Oh, wow. That's already happening. Well, that is Bram Dearth, everybody. That was our first selection in this draft. And I know he's not an edge rusher, but I had to get the best pass rusher out there. And I think he can absolutely wreck a game on the defensive line. Wow. This is a grown man that he just throws away. Look at that. Dearth with the power. He chases down Simeon. Welcome to Planet Dearth, everybody. Enjoy your stay. I've been planning that call out, by the way. I wasn't sure if I get to use it in the preseason. I might break it out again during the regular season. If you can't catch all of the stream today, I'll definitely be doing a recap video still, as the fumble will go to the Bears. Now it's Leonard Floyd giving it to Pernell McPhee. Simeon sacked on 2 consecutive plays. I will be doing a recap video for the preseason. So if you can't catch everything live, not a problem whatsoever. This is all extra here. All right. So now we're going to get to the offense. A couple things I wanted to prioritize this year on offense was protecting Mitchell Trubisky, who has missed time at the end of each of his first 2 seasons. His injury rating has fallen due to taking so many sacks, and I have to work on fixing that. At the same time, I need to work on his accuracy. So I don't want to be standing around in the pocket too long, as we get this out pretty quickly to Cameron Meredith to move the sticks. But I do want to try getting more of an underneath presence, and I think Harlan Regis will help us a lot with that. Let's run the football now with Jordan Howard. Although I don't normally give my starting running back a lot of preseason carries. We know what they can do, and there's nothing that Jordan Howard is going to teach us in the preseason. Plus, he's also been banged up in this series. Don't want to give him too much work. I think a lot of you prefer Dearth Vader over Planet Dearth, like I had tried to create here. Slants now. Meredith again, open over the middle for a first down. So with me trying to focus on getting the ball out of Trubisky's hands and trying to avoid contact, we'll probably do a lot more slants, drags, mesh concepts, and stuff like that to obviously get the football out quick. So I think that Paul Richardson's going to be a big part of the offense. Oh, I want to. No, it's intercepted. He was waving for it. The rookie was waving, and it's intercepted by Brandon Marshall. I tried to throw it high. I threw a high pass. Watch him call for it. Right there. I'm like, okay, rookie. Ball's not exactly where I want it. I'd like it a little bit more toward the back of the end zone. It's preseason, so we can afford the risks, but I shouldn't get too risky because XP here counts just as much. I mean, I'll take preseason touchdowns to upgrade Trubisky. Don't want to make a bunch of mistakes. All right, so a couple turnovers already. It's preseason football here. Watch out, C.J. Anderson going down. It's Eddie Jackson. I like to load the box on first down. Don't normally keep both safeties back because I want to get that good play on first down. All right, another super chat here from diehard Vikes fan. Love the vids. What do you think on Cousins to Minnesota? I've thought about this a lot lately, and I'm not going to be excited if they sign Kirk Cousins to some mega contract that keeps them from adding a big free agent this year or keeping one of the key players that's going to have an expiring deal soon. I don't think highly enough of Cousins to want to give him the biggest contract ever. I just don't. But at the same time, I realize, like, you can't stick a rookie quarterback on this team. You need to get someone who can potentially get them to the Super Bowl in 2018, as Bram Dirth makes another play. I knew it wouldn't take too long to hear him make an impact. Wasn't sure if it'd be this fast, though. But, I mean, if they sign Cousins for like 25 or less a year, I'd be pretty happy. But I don't know. I think that he's going to get a lot of money, and I might be a little bit more comfortable with Case Keenum at this point. My favorite choice of all is Teddy Bridgewater. If they believe enough, the Vikings have a great, medical staff. They've done a great job rehabbing injuries in the past. If they believe Teddy is back, I am fully on board Teddy Bridgewater. You do need to find another option in case, things don't work out there. Whoa, almost got it. But that'd be the case whether they get Kirk Cousins or not. I think we're seeing how much teams have been lazy with the backup quarterback position. The Vikings and the Eagles went to the NFC Championship game in part because they got the backup quarterback spot right, more so than any other team in the league. So whether they get Teddy or Cousins, I'll still look at that spot, but definitely more so if they get Teddy. I'm still a huge believer in Teddy Bridgewater. I don't think the Vikings want to offer the most money to Cousins because they know what their future needs. They know, how important it is to keep the core together. Not much here up the middle. Another super chat. Ryan Cox sends one. Will Shaheen be your tight end one? That's the plan. I've given him the perfect situation here to go and take it. I didn't use him much in year 2, but in year 1, when he was on the field, I was really impressed. I thought he made a lot of plays. Engage 8 here is going to help him get a first down catch. I'm playing on 13-minute quarters here in the preseason. I like the games to be a little bit shorter because there are 4 of them. I have to condense it to one video. And I don't want these games to take forever. But I'm doing 13 minutes now for the stream. I'll probably do 12 or less for the other games. Shaheen up top. No, not quite. Shaheen's a good athlete. Low 80s speed, low 70s run block. So I think that if we get him some production, he can become a really good tight end. Cameron Lee sends a super chat. How do you watch plays in your Browns franchise? It's actually quite easy. I'll show you here in a moment. Let's go deep as Trubisky is hit and downfield. It's broken up by Aqib Talib. Don't want to see that happen to Trubisky again. He appears to be all right. But okay, if you wanted to do what I do in the Browns franchise on my second channel, The Rebuild, you need to go to Super Sim and set it to slow speed. After you do that, I hit jump to next play, watch one play at a time, or I go jump forward to end of quarter, or next quarter, or end of game. I don't do change of possession because the game likes to crash when you do that. And after the plays are over, I'm not mashing on X to skip the scenes because I've also seen that crash it. So it takes a long time sometimes for a game to get finished, but that is how I watch the games in my Browns Rebuild series. 3rd and 10. Trubisky, you got to clean those up this year, man. We can't afford those short misses. No score here in the first quarter. Another super chat here from Frostbit17. Hi, MrHurriicane. I'm a huge fan and a firm supporter of Franchise Nation. Keep up the great content. You are the man. P.S. Go Dolphins. And then he says, R.I.P. Jarvis Landry. I don't think Landry will have a bad career in Cleveland. I think Landry's a solid enough player to keep it going there. And it's not like he's joining an offense devoid of talent. He's joining a team devoid of wins. So, obviously, they didn't score above 20 much last year. They've got to definitely make some moves. And I think they'll end up with a high-profile running back, a new quarterback. And they've gotten a new receiver. I was actually watching some David Njoku earlier this week. I just wanted to see every catch he made this year, and I was really impressed with his ability on the difficult plays especially. So there's certainly something there. Yeah, let me change up some background music here, or maybe even stop it during the game for now. Maybe the Browns going 0-16 was the calm before the storm. But yeah, I wonder what the Dolphins are going to do now. They made the move to get Robert Quinn. Simeon here avoids the pressure and finds Thomas for a first down. Nice play. But Miami, they have to figure out some things on offense. Luckily, they had Kenyon Drake play well last year. I think they have some more faith now in Devontae Parker. They could definitely use a tight end upgrade. And this seems to be a class where you can certainly do that. Wow. The Broncos can't go anywhere on the ground. And before this game, I raised CPU run block. But hard to block Bram Dirth. Is Kwiatkowski the linebacker's contract up at the end of the season? I'm not sure, but I might end up trading him because I think his skill set is very in line with Marquise Starling, and I'd rather get Starling the snaps. Plus, I want to play Marcus Calhoun. I know Kwiatkowski's getting the play time right now. I'll switch things up in the second quarter and whatnot. For the throw here to Henderson for a gain of 11. Switch Dirth to DT so Rooks can play. If I make him the second defensive tackle, I don't know which spot it'll put him in, but I could kind of interchange Rooks because Rooks is an interior rusher anyway. But yeah, I still want Rooks to play a lot, but certainly now Bram Dirth makes that a little more complicated. So just a few more plays to run here in the first quarter, and then we're going to see more of the backups. I'll probably get Harlan Regis some snaps with the twos because I want to get him some catches here in the preseason. So let's go here with some slants. Got Meredith here for the catch again. He's just getting more open than Regis is right now. And that is the end of the first quarter. So, just a little glimpse there of the starters, but really I wanted to show off the rookies today in the stream. We're going to see some Andrew Leonard here for a little bit. I don't want to play him a ton because I don't really think he's going to be a high-quality backup or a starter. Didn't like him much last year, but I definitely want to see the rest of this team. Benny Cunningham did regress this season, so CJ Ross could definitely take his snaps pretty quickly. Let's go. And I do want to see Regis still, so I'm going to put him in here. We're going to go Sharp, Regis, Demmons, and then Marquis Cole. But I do want to get a lot of Cole into the game in this preseason because I think that if I fix the route running on him, he's going to be great. He has that potential. And then who's going to play guard here for us? I might have to go sign someone just for added depth, but we have enough. Javonte McKinney, I see as a potential starter. Dante Rooks, Bullard. Let's get Bullard starting here. Christian Brown, Fazande, Averill, Kwiatkowski. Let's go Starling and Calhoun as the new tandem. Cliff Averill, which, is he already starting at one? Yeah, let's go Carlos Romero. And then in the secondary, Callahan, Cooper, Dre, Black, and Brian Powers, Houston Carson, Alex Bird. And I still want to see Kendall Demmons here on returns. I haven't gotten to return one with him yet, sadly. I want to see that speed in action. And for third down back, let's get C.J. Ross in there right away. I missed your super chat, Drew. Let me catch up here. 2 questions. Origin of your nickname and thoughts on Saquon Barkley. Okay, the origin of my nickname, basically when I started playing baseball, I had some teammates who started calling me Hurricane, and I liked the nickname, and they called me that because I was just kind of erratic and all over the place when I ran the bases. I did have some speed, but sometimes I would round the bases pretty aggressively, and probably took some longer routes than I had to. Just trying to fly, and sometimes it was a little out of control. So that's how that all started, and I just kind of stuck with it. And thoughts on Saquon Barkley? He's going to be really good. And personally, if I had to project where he's going to go, I'd say it's the New York Giants at number 2. I do not see Saquon Barkley going number 1. I think that you can lock in a quarterback at 1 to the Browns if they don't trade out. If they stay, it's quarterback. Yep, you're going to see some Alex Anzalone, but I'm worried about his injury rating on here. Anzalone, really good linebacker, who in real life is going to be entering his 2nd year out of Florida. I forget if he got hurt this year with the Saints, but he's really talented. I remember in week 1 watching the Saints and Vikings. He was flying around making plays, and I'm like, who is this guy? And then I found out. All right, Andrew Leonard throwing it up top. Regis separates, but Leonard can't find him. See, Andrew Leonard is letting me down. Threw a lot of picks with him last year, too. Another super chat here from Cody. So yesterday in my Jets CFM, I got a West Coast quarterback from Oklahoma early in the 1st. I think I predicted the future for this year's draft class. I think you might be right, because if I had to try projecting the Jets pick, I would say Baker Mayfield is probably the quarterback they'd take. I think if you will go off the board before him, leaving the Jets with Mayfield, maybe Lamar Jackson as their choices. Oh, that was an egregious throw. Yes, it was. It was. Alec Ogletree going to be really good on the Giants. I'm just excited that the Giants finally went aggressive for a linebacker for the first time in forever. They consistently... Oh, wow. Leonard to the end zone, overthrows another one. Oh, man. Oh, man, that is terrible. But the Giants, back to what I was saying before, the Giants, year over year, teams try to project them to go linebacker early in the draft, and they never do it. They're left with, like, you know, Jasper Brinkley for a while, J.T. Thomas. Who have been the other Giant linebackers recently? They're not big names. Mark Herzlich. His first name is escaping me right now. There's Kelvin Shepard. Like, not big names. And finally they go aggressive with a new GM, David Gettleman, who knows a thing or two about having some key linebackers on his team. What with Kuechly, Thomas Davis, spent an early pick on Shaq Thompson. 3-0 Chicago now. And I think it is Chad Kelly into the game now at quarterback. Trade Leonard. Yep, no one's going to like Andrew Leonard. Luckily, we have 2 undrafteds that I've actually wanted to get into the game, and I might not play Leonard anymore today. There's Starling in man coverage giving up the catch there. I was just thinking about swapping those spots around because typically the middle linebacker 1 in the nickel 2-4-5 is going to be getting most of the man coverage looks on the starting tight end. So I'm going to switch those around because Calhoun's our best cover linebacker. Cameron Lee sends a super chat. Mayfield either to the Jets or Broncos. Boomer. I'd agree. Yeah, one of the two. It's so weird having all these quarterbacks near the top, and I think that there's a lot of opinions on who the preferences are. I think Sam Darnold is the most popular, like, #1 quarterback option out there. But then there's going to be people who like Josh Rosen. Someone's going to like Baker Mayfield. There's going to be probably a couple teams that would prefer Lamar Jackson. It's going to be pretty interesting. I kind of hope we don't get a lot of clear info until the draft, because I just want to see the chaos when all these teams need a quarterback. And really, I don't think it's as simple always as all these options are at the top to see who falls. I think that teams are going to find their favorites, and that's when you're going to see all these trades. I do think you're going to see trades in the top 10 for quarterback. How can you go into an offseason and say, yeah, we're okay with either of these three falling to us? It's the most important position. I don't see how you can do that. Therefore, I think teams are going to be paranoid about, oh, we like Rosen, but they might like Rosen as well. We got to get up to 3. We got to move up to 4. I think you're going to see the Trubisky trade last year, like 3 times in this draft. Oh, yeah, Josh Allen. I forgot about him. Someone's going to be like, yeah, big arm. Good enough. We can teach the rest. Harlan Regis. Got it. Catching traffic was his worst rating. Didn't look like it there. KPixWL sends a super chat. Just got in and see Leonard struggling. What I miss? You missed Leonard struggling. He missed 2 deep balls that were wide open. He's missed another throw wildly that was short. Otherwise, basically, oh, you missed Bram Dirth. The first impression of Bram Dirth was him just destroying the offensive line. The left guard here for Denver. He might get cut after this one. After this drive, I'm going to do some more rotation. Cut 62 now. Is Javonte McKinney not having a good game? Hard for me to watch everybody. Getting Cunningham the ball a lot. We're just leaving him wide open. And I'm trying to get more familiar with this draft class day by day. I was watching some stuff on Tremaine Edmonds the other day, and he's really interesting. I like those athletic linebackers a lot. Tariq Cohen will take the contact when the games count, not today. But Tremaine Edmonds looks interesting, and then there's Roquan Smith, Rashawn Evans, Shaquem Griffin, Harold Landry. I like a lot of these linebackers and pass rushers. I think it's a fun class. Now, it's not as deep as we've seen at wide receiver. Most mock drafts have Calvin Ridley being the first off the board in the middle of the first round. Oh, yeah, that's who I want to watch next. I forget what I saw that made me like, I need to watch this guy, but Jair Alexander from Louisville, I saw, whatever I saw, it was very short on like NFL Network, maybe at the Combine. Might have been one of his field drills, but I'm like, I need to see more of this player. And with the Vikings having a need at corner, I think they could address corner anyway in this offseason. Maybe. He might be a player that I want to keep an eye on. But there's Kendall Demmons, our 6th round pick, who's a burner, and I want to see him fly down the field here sometime soon. Should Broncos stay or trade up for Quentin Nelson or not draft him? They should definitely go quarterback. Although, if they did get like Kirk Cousins, as Demmons can't hang on, Quentin Nelson would be a perfect pick. Denzel Ward will be so good. Yeah, I think that I was first thinking that Calvin Ridley would be going to the Bears, but now I'm starting to think that Denzel Ward makes more sense. As Harlan Regis makes the catch, and that's 6 on the board for Chicago. There's the rookie getting in some preseason action. But yeah, I think Ward has a hard time falling below 8. Here it is again. Just, 3 seconds too late there on the spot concept. I want Denzel Ward to go to the Packers so bad. They're going to have to trade up pretty aggressively to make that happen. Especially because I think the combine for Josh Jackson that people are knocking quite a bit, I think that'll cement Ward being above him. Do you have a favorite MLB team? Yes, it is the Minnesota Twins. I'm a Minnesota sports fan. And I'm a huge Vikings fan, Twins fan, and I try to watch some Timberwolves as well. We're going to see Jordan Alleman next. Now, Jordan Alleman is an undrafted quarterback, big arm. I might actually call him Josh Allen on accident because the names have some similarities. But 70 speed, monster arm, 95 throw power. He's not messing around. But the accuracy, that's the problem. Medium accuracy is actually his best. Afterwards, you're going to see some Joey Correa, who's a mobile quarterback, and he has a lot less throw power, but he's a better passer, I think, than Pat McChesney. Next up at running back, you're going to see some C.J. Ross. We're going to take out Harlan Regis, put in Marquis Cole, and then let Tajay Sharp continue to play. Defensively, not sure what I want to do here. Maybe Rooks on the interior, and then I'll put in Jonathan or Jarrell Holland. ACloud84 sends a super chat. Thank you. I want my Bills to do whatever it takes for Josh Rosen. I'm not sure where Rosen's going to go, but just kind of the way the narratives are playing out right now, maybe Rosen does fall to like the lower part of the top 10 or into the teens because there are so many quarterback options. You have to think that maybe one falls through the cracks a little bit. And if he is, where the Bills pick? Like 24, 25? I haven't really looked low in mock drafts. I'm looking at kind of like the top 10s right now. But the Bills could realistically get up. And, they did that a couple years ago for E.J. Manuel. Wonder if they'll do it again. I did watch a lot of the combine, not all of it, though. Overthrown. A lot of it was during, my recording times in the morning. Combine started at like 9 a.m., and that's when I like to do a lot of my commentary stuff. Kane, take a look at Sam Hubbard and Cortland Sutton, their sleepers. Yeah, Hubbard is one I did want to take a look at. I've seen him mocked to the Vikings before. And I do think that they should address defensive line, whether it's edge rusher, get some more depth there. There was a really good stat I saw that, I think it was Brandon Graham played the most snaps for the Eagles last year on the defensive line, and it was only like 64%. And you had the Vikings play Daniil Hunter, Linval Joseph, and Everson Griffin, all more snaps on a percentage than him. So the Vikings need depth, because I think that their defensive line definitely felt that fatigue at the latter part of the season when pass rush wasn't where you'd like it to be. Former Kane draft crush, Owa Odigizua, signed with the Buffalo Bills. Yep, I was really high on Diggy back in that draft. I wanted the Vikings to get him because I really believe in him as an edge rusher. And hopefully he does turn it around in Buffalo. Chad Kelly, chase left, back to the middle now, and the catch is made by Carlson. I am not forgetting about Super Chats. I might be taking a couple extra minutes just so I'm not continuously answering all those questions. But I guess I'm answering a lot of questions either way. Chad Kelly's going down. He was chased by Averill and sacked by Bullard. Catch up on Super Chats here a little bit. But I don't worry. If you see it in the chat and you see it fly up the screen, I'm not missing any of them because I have a special menu that shows all of my Super Chats. So that's going to take care of any delay in reading off messages and stuff. But thank you for all the Super Chats. Very Clement. Is it Clement or Clement? There are a couple variations of the pronunciation you can do there. I try to get it right. I've been known for looking up many pronunciation guide in my days. All right, 27 Super Giants, or Super Yankees, even though you're a Giants fan too, I'm pretty sure. Even as a Giants fan, okay, yes, I guess I read it without even reading it, consciously. And yeah, it's a little hot in here. Heating up. Jordan Alleman in the game now. Okay, we have C.J. Ross in the backfield now, and I got to get the rookie some preseason touches. I want to see what his game is all about. Don't know why I ran it there, because how to run a 40-second drill when you run it on first down. So here we go. Demons deep. Demons deep. We got to go downtown. Alleman overthrows the speedster from UAB. 27 Super Yankees, I got you now. Even as a Giants fan, I'm not too excited about Ogletree, considering his missed tackles and inconsistent play this year. But hey, at least they have a linebacker. Yeah, you're going to get some of that. He's a really aggressive player, really rangy. Bring some attitude to that defense for sure. But I think that because the Giants have such a dominant defensive line... Oh, whoa. Didn't want to do that. Fixed it, though. Tajay Sharp. But I think that he'll get a chance to just kind of run and chase. That's really where he's at his best, when he can run, diagnose, and just chase down the ball carrier, because it's hard to throw on him in the flats. It's really hard to, when he knows what the play is, it's tough to make a play. That's why teams go and get these players like him and Deion Jones that are just too fast to exploit like other linebackers. But if I was a Giants fan, I'd be excited about it. I saw a question about if I'm going to play Backbreaker again. I thought about playing that again recently because I do want to wrap up the season I had going before Madden dropped. I know it's been a while. Alleman misses this throw. I'm trying to get ahead on uploads over there so I can do some different things like that and bring some other content beyond just the 2 series I posted now for the last 2 months. It's 3rd down and 10. We got some protection here for Alleman, who delivers, but the pass is broken up. Intended for Tajay Sharp. I have more super chats to go through here. Capix WL, you're up next. Let me get this punt off cleanly. Seeing how crazy the safeties 40s were, kind of better than corners, is this more of a pro for safeties or a con for corners? Definitely a pro for safeties. I'd have to check more of the 40s though. I didn't see all the combine results. I haven't really gone through a lot of them. I was watching the stuff live, so if I didn't catch it live, I didn't see a whole lot. But I think you're going to see a lot of those corners now that are taller, like Josh Jackson. Maybe they're going to run some slower 40s. Doesn't necessarily mean they're worse corners, but I think that we're going to have to shift the way we maybe look at them from the outset here. It depends if a player like Josh Jackson, whose combine is kind of being slammed, it depends if he comes into the league and proves that wrong. Because he is a bigger corner. If he was 5'10" with those numbers, that's a problem. But he's not. C.J. Ross, very explosive. A lot of speed there. Uh-oh. And C.J. Ross is shaken up. He was grabbing you that, like, right pec area. Uh-oh, that's not good. That's not a good sign. Get some music going in here. I like a little background music. See, I already did this A-Cloud84 one. Dan sends a super chat. Jarvis Landry to the Browns today plus picks. Thoughts? I didn't see the full trade. Right before I got on here to stream, I saw that Landry was traded to the Browns, but I haven't seen the full breakdown yet. I do like, I think Landry can succeed in Cleveland, especially because they already have players like Josh Gordon and David Njoku to establish an offense. So I like the move for Cleveland right now. Alleman up top again and overthrown with a flag on the play. Hopefully Ross is all right. I know chat's seeing a lot of that now. And I really don't want him to miss a lot of time. Shoulder tear. He's already, I think, 24. So it's like there's a window where he can develop quickly, and it's small. So that's a shoulder tear, which I've seen be an end-of-the-game deal or a couple weeks. It's usually not a long-term injury. I think he plays again in the preseason, though. Cohen here gets stuffed. KPixWL sends another super chat. Is Mahomes next to step up in KC, and is he ready? I didn't watch his one start. I've been meaning to. When I keep sitting down to watch some stuff on Game Pass, I keep forgetting about what I wanted to watch. But I do want to see his one start and get a feel for where he's at. I do like Mahomes, though. I think he's really exciting. And Andy Reid has a really good reputation for developing quarterbacks, so I think he's in the right spot. He also has really good talent on that offense, including, you know, the quarterback's best friend is always that tight end. He has Travis Kelce to throw the football to. Over the middle here, and Max Williams can't hang on to it. So a really sloppy passing game here, whether it be from failed catches or from drops, bad passes. A super chat here from Drew again. Do you know about the 2004 Penn State Iowa 6-4 game? I do not. I'm not familiar. At least I don't think so. Maybe there's something that could jog my memory a little bit, but that does not sound familiar. 2004. I wasn't paying much attention to college football back in 2004. I didn't really get into the draft and everything until 2007, which was the year that the Vikings drafted Adrian Peterson. I remember in like my computer classes in middle school watching highlights of different players with my friends. And before I liked Adrian Peterson as a prospect, I was high on Dwayne Jarrett. That's what I remember. Dwayne Jarrett at USC he had some really good touchdowns. And I must have saw him before Peterson, because by the time the draft rolled around, I knew I wanted Adrian Peterson, and that's intercepted. Flag on the play. We'll see if it stands, but for now, a Marcus Cooper INT. Holding on the offense. My football. So unfortunately, no more CJ Ross today. We are going to see Jordan Alleman and that strong arm. Whoa, we don't get a chance here. Skitter sends a super chat. Where do you think Richard Sherman will sign? Let's play that game now that Richard Sherman has been formally released. I have to see who has the cap space right now. But I do think he'll go to a team that kind of runs a lot of cover 3 principles, and we'll kind of let him do what he's been known for doing as Kendall Demmons breaks free. That elite speed, very dangerous. But if I had to guess right now, I'm not sure, does Atlanta have the space to make a run at him? That'd be an interesting fit. I can also see Carolina based on need, but I'm just not sure where they're at in terms of salary. And would you be pursuing Richard Sherman if you were just willing to pay $5 million for Torrey Smith, who they traded for earlier today? I don't know, because that doesn't seem like the best financial move to go and then make a splash. Low throw from Alleman. Harold Kaufman sends a super chat. First of all, love your content. Secondly, where is Jordan Starks? Thank you for the super chat, Harold. Where is Jordan Starks? I do plan on getting an episode up before, definitely next week, if not this weekend. The Road to the Show news came out yesterday. I do want to talk about that on my second channel. And I want to get Jordan Starks onto his 3rd season before the game comes out, because I do plan on sending him into MLB 18. They did do a lot of new stuff. Oh, Javonte McKinney's hurt. They're doing some new things on Road to the Show this year with your players so that you can't, like, make them 99s at everything. They have caps on every rating. So I'm not sure how it's going to be when I send in Jordan Starks. I was told today that your player is going to regress to the caps slowly if your ratings are higher. So I need to watch the stream they did yesterday to get a little bit more information on that. But if that's the case, I still plan on playing with Jordan Starks, but I'm also tempted to do something new because I like the new RPG system they have in Road to the Show. I wasn't expecting anything new. When's the next Kalispell video? Tomorrow. Tomorrow. I also think San Francisco would be interesting for Sherman because they should have the cap space. Wouldn't be a far move for him, but we'll see. If Tyrann Mathieu becomes available today, though, I so badly want him to be a Viking, and I know it's not going to happen. I know that there's just a low % chance of that happening. But I wanted the Honey Badger when he was in the draft, and I think that the Vikings could play him at nickel. They could play him at safety even if they wanted to a little bit. I'll keep dreaming, though, because I don't think that he's going to be a Viking anytime soon. Nope, this is just against the CPU, not online franchise. I do offline. Must be new around here. Next Browns rebuild. I'm going to record it tomorrow, so either tomorrow or Sunday. I have a Matt Pierre video that's already up today, another one in the can for whenever, and then I'll be working on Browns tomorrow. So I have Correa now in the game at quarterback as I have Tariq Cohen scampering up the middle. But why don't we take a look at this new quarterback here. I want to get his first name correct, by the way. Is it Joey Correa? Yeah, Joey Correa. 6'2", 221. Mobile. Accuracy probably comparable to where Pat McChesney was at, but I think it's a little bit higher. Hard to find play-action bootlegs in this playbook. Plenty of just standard play actions. Thank you for the super chat, Dan. No message here, but I appreciate it. Am I all caught up? I appear to be. It's first down and 10. Uh-oh. Joey Correa is sacked. The blitz from Todd Davis. Sherman to the Chiefs. I'm not sure where they're at financially, but I wouldn't expect that. Another sack. Backup offensive lines and all Madden difficulty. It just doesn't work out very well. That's why I should be trying a lot of these drag routes and just letting Kendall Demons run. 3rd and 28. He has the speed to convert this play. Come on! Oh, man. These backup quarterbacks are rough. Thoughts on a Julian Wall-Nate Bell matchup? That's a lot of speed. I'm not sure who wins that one. For those not familiar, Julian Wall is a receiver in my Browns rebuild on my second channel who I drafted. And in his rookie season, he had about 1,500 yards. He has dangerous speed. After 2 years, he is a 90 overall. That's one of our best players over on that channel in that series. And we're going to bring down Chad Kelly again, Cliff Averill. If I let Bram Dirth play against these backups, it wouldn't be fair. Sherman to the Packers. I could kind of see that happening. With their new GM, they might be willing to play a little bit more aggressively in free agency. And what better way to say the Packers are free agent players than to go sign Richard Sherman? Who are your dark horses for the Super Bowl and the World Series this year? For the Super Bowl, I'd say the LA Chargers. I just believe in that roster so much, and I think the rest of the division is taking a step back. For the World Series, I'm not as familiar with all the teams. And it's hard to pick a dark horse when there are some real superpowers in the major leagues right now. The Yankees should be there now. You're going to see the Astros probably really competitive again, the Dodgers. So if I had to guess a dark horse team, kind of tough. The Twins. How about that? I feel like all the other options are too obvious. They were, maybe a pennant winner like the Indians not long ago, or a team that's already high profile. Hard to go dark horse in baseball. How did I not know you were streaming? Well, YouTube should have notified you. YouTube is pretty inconsistent about that, but if you want notifications to my stuff, next to where it says subscribe, there's a bell. Click that bell and you can decide if you want to have notifications for my channel. So when I post, when I go live, when anything on this channel happens, you're right there to see it. And you don't miss anything. Demons? Oh. These backup quarterbacks are driving me crazy. And I increased the quarterback accuracy rating slightly last year. Super chat here for Adam. Adam says, what are your plans for the Twins franchise? I want to end the season very soon, do the off season, maybe stream some spring training with the new team, and then when MLB 18 rolls around, immediately begin the new season, like on the first day or two of the series being, the game being out. Maybe even stream some of the games. I don't want that to be a streaming series or anything, but I think I'll mess around with the idea of streaming some of the games on occasion. Just because I like streaming. I want to stream up more than I do now. But I think I'm going to change the format for the series a little bit to be more like the last couple episodes where I wanted to play a full series. So maybe it's a 3-game set against whoever, and I kind of jump in and out of those games, do some simming, but get into the action when it's intense and recap a full series for the team. I liked that a lot, more so than just playing one game in full and then simming a bunch. I think I liked playing most of 3 games. And it didn't take any more time to do. It took the same amount of time. Maybe even less in some cases. 3rd down and 3, and Chad Kelly sails one. Super chat here from Trevor, thank you. No message. I think it has to be at least a $2 super chat to leave a message. I'm not 100% sure. But thank you all for the super chats. Very, very generous and kind. As a full-time content creator, I do very much appreciate it. I do put a lot of time and a lot of effort into what I do here on YouTube, and I get so much positive feedback. And you guys really are a great community, so I do appreciate it. If I didn't spin there, we might be running still. Who takes DeMarco Murray? I have an idea. What about Seattle? Why not the Seahawks? They should definitely have a committee of some sort, but I could see Murray working out there. I also think that the Panthers are a good fit, maybe the best fit. Correa on the move to Kendall Demings, who has it stripped, and the Broncos take over. Oh, they're still going. A nice return here. What is going on? Oh, man. Kendall Demons. Gotta secure the football. Watch it again here. Joey Correa on the move. Demons, easy separation, but Justin Simmons rakes the ball out. Lions for Murray? I could see the Lions going with Murray too. I think the Lions will draft a running back in the first 3 rounds. I think they want to get someone more explosive at that position. There are some good options in this draft. They have good receiving options, but they need to get a better running game. And the Detroit running game hasn't been feared since they had Barry Sanders. Although when they had Javid Best when he was healthy, the Lions were really good. Let's blitz here on 3rd down. The Hawks interviewed and worked out with Jonathan Stewart a few days ago. Yeah, but if you had the option between Murray and Stewart, I think you'd take Murray. Murray offers more in the passing game. Stewart's a good thumper, though. Yeah, I wonder where Geis goes. I think that there could be, you know, any number of teams to go for Geis. He should be there late 1. Maybe even later. Depends if teams, like, you know, prefer Ronald Jones or somebody else. Or, you know, if running backs just fall a bit more than we've seen. What? Tyrod to the Browns? No. No. You guys are doing this again. The 8.2 quarterback. There's no way. There's no way. I don't believe any of you. Tyrod Taylor is not a Cleveland Brown right now. They want A.J. McCarron. Oh, never mind. Tyrod Taylor to the Browns. You're right. See? Y'all crying wolf, and now I don't believe you when the wolf is at my doorstep. So, Tyrod to the Browns. That's interesting. They're still going to definitely draft somebody. But Tyrod's a solid quarterback. I like Tyrod Taylor. Oh, Marquise Cole got hurt now. We're seeing a lot of injuries here in the preseason. Ooh, covering Demons perfectly. It's poked away. During my off season, there was a series of comments telling me there was an 8.2 combine quarterback. Like, hundreds of comments. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll go check. That's exciting. And it turns out there was a large hoax that everyone was in on but me. That's not a fumble. It's a forward pass. So, after that, couldn't trust anything the chat said. Landry and Taylor to the Browns in one day. This is the biggest Browns victory since their last victory. Super chats rolling in from... I'm going to try my best here on the name. Once again, I'm sorry. Atanas? It would be a dream for Bears fans if they got Sherman then Ridley in the draft. I'm not sure if they'd be in the market for Richard Sherman, but I do think that they could go cornerback early with Denzel Ward. I think Ridley could be an option, but I'm not sure if he would be the best player for them at 8. I think with their need at cornerback, I think corner's a bit stronger. I could see them going for a receiver in free agency, maybe. Depends if Allen Robinson, you know, what happens there. Marcus Calhoun sacks Chad Kelly. I'd expect the Bears to be in the chase, though, for Allen Robinson. Can't believe Tyrod's going to the Browns. The Bills finally gave up on him. The whole Tyrod saga in Buffalo was just crazy. You could tell they desperately wanted him out, but they just couldn't figure out how to upgrade over him. They're like, oh, let's play Nathan Peterman. And then Peterman pays, you know, tribute to Tyrod's number 5 by throwing 5 picks in his first ever game. That's the biggest L of 2017. Not even the Browns 0-16 season. That was terrible. Kaiser's going to get traded. I saw rumors that he might get traded to Kansas City. Seeing a player traded after just 1 year into his rookie deal is pretty rare, but I could see it because how do you salvage that relationship between Hugh Jackson and DeShone Kizer at that point? It's just like he took away the job so many times. I think the fresh start might be what's best for Kizer. I think he already needs new surroundings. Diamond Mills on the return now. Mills spent last year on our practice squad, and I'd like to see him and Cameron Crane play some receiver now as we wrap up this game. It's a tie ball game now. We've seen a lot of players get injured today, and we'll recap those injuries after we wrap up the game. I'm putting Alleman back in because I want to see him throw a little bit. So let's go Diamond Mills in for Sharp. Cameron Crane. Well, I do want to see Marquis Cole, but he's hurt. So let's go Cameron Crane. Middle linebacker, let's go Alex Anzalone for Marcus Calhoun. Let's go Verlin Dre for Marcus Cooper. And Tank Boone. Like, it's hard for me to say that the Browns are not built to at least go 7-9 now, but they are the Browns. David Guerra, welcome to the stream. He sends a super chat. Hey, Kane, really late. What did I miss? In the preseason so far, if you're just joining, you missed Graham Dirth make a very good first impression on the team here. He had a sack and some big run stops, and he really stands out already in his first preseason game. We've also seen some injuries in this game. Sadly, C.J. Ross, the phenom running back we're all excited about, is one of them. He suffered a shoulder tear, so he's going to miss some time. We've also seen Marquis Cole get a little banged up. And the backup quarterbacks have gotten a lot of playing time, and none of them have looked good. Oh, Cameron Crane can't make the catch, and there's another injury. Now, I did put Alleman there in trouble, so he might have been the one to get hurt. And no, he's in. But not a ton of action here. It's been a really sloppy football game. Alleman, deep for Crane, and overthrown. He's 3 for 11. Accuracy is tough. Alleman chased and knocked away. Diamond Mills can't separate. Completing passes with these backups has been so hard. And now it looks like Jordan Alleman is shaken up. These quarterbacks aren't really getting much of a break back there. Jay Patterson sends a super chat. What are your thoughts on Barkley and where do you see him going? I like Saquon Barkley a lot. Running backs like him are so fun to watch. At that size, with his speed, he's just a rare talent. I see him right now personally going to the Giants. I don't see New York going quarterback at number 2. I think they will take Saquon Barkley or trade down. And you add Barkley to that offense, it'd be pretty filthy. Because you already have a lot of rare players on that team with Evan Ingram. Aren't too many tight ends like him. Then you have Odell Beckham. We know how special he is. Sterling Shepard is a great player as well. NFC could be loaded this year. Like, the arms race is real. What the Eagles have done already, adding Michael Bennett. What the Rams have done, adding Marcus Peters and Aqib Talib. Like, there are some shows of power right now in the NFC, and I'm hoping the Vikings get in on it. And I'm hoping that, you know, my worst fear is they go give Cousins the biggest deal ever, and then that's the biggest noise they make. I don't want to see that. Ridley to Miami? I'm not sure where they pick, but that might be a fit. At first, I thought Ridley would go to the Bears, but now I'm not so certain. So I have to find a new spot to where I think he's going to go. All right, Correa's back in now. 2:45 to go. The way this game is gone, I'm not sure that anyone's scoring. Uh-oh. Almost got a pick six there. Since Cleveland is traded for Landry and Tyrod, do they still pick a quarterback? I think so. David Guerra sends a super chat. NFC turning into the NBA Western Conference. That's a pretty accurate way to put it. Oh, man, I'm trying to buy time, but still set my feet here. Backup lines are not going to keep you safe on all Madden. All right, Joey Correa facing the blitz, going deep down the middle and overthrowing Cameron Crane. Oh, man, these receivers have given the quarterback some chances, and they're not taking advantage. Uh-oh. Not my best punt there, but it'll do. No block, thankfully. Pick 65 is going to the Bills, by the way. Oh, that's pretty early. Not bad compensation at all. Wait. So you're telling me it was pick 65 for Tyrod Taylor? What pick was it for Jimmy Garoppolo? Patriots definitely did not get a good deal for Garoppolo. That was a horrible trade. And Isaiah McKenzie burned our secondary. Will Day from Kalispell be a Bear? I'm not planning on putting Ja'Cory Day into Madden 18. Maybe in the future, though. Maybe. Demarius Randall to the Browns also. Did that actually happen, or are you trying to sneak that in here? Oh. Nice little spin there. Randall to the Browns. There are so many trades. The NFL is becoming so much more fun in the offseason. David Guerra sends a super chat. I feel this series is going at a glacial pace compared to the Chargers. How many seasons do you think you can squeeze out for the Bears? 4 for sure. 5 might be tough depending on how fast season 3 goes. I know 2 wasn't fast enough. All right, there we go. Correa to Crane, and now he can run free to the end zone. Cameron Crane, touchdown. I'm going to do my best, though, to speed up the frequency of uploads here. And lately, like, I've been so excited to make content lately. Maybe it's the weather getting nice and my mood's getting better or something. But I've had so much energy for making videos lately. And I definitely want to get more out there. There's been some stuff that's come up recently where I haven't had as many like full days to make content as I would like, but you know, hopefully I can still get you guys the content that you want to see on a frequent basis. Oh yeah, everyone's mad I didn't go for 2. I wouldn't mind playing this one a little bit more. Yeah, normally there, you see a team in real life go for 2 there because overtime in a preseason is just something you don't do. Oh, it's a fumble and we're going to take it. I think that was Marquise Starling. The rookie Starling with the forced fumble. He's fast and he can hit. There it is. Marquise Starling upends the ball carrier. Bears take over. There you go. Bring on the trades. I love trades in the NFL. Chip Kelly started this with the LaShawn McCoy deal. That's what I think got all of this going. And caught by Demons at the 30. Bears now in field goal range. I'm impressed with Kendall Demons despite his fumble earlier. Browns are busy today, though. They want to get some things figured out before free agency. Monday is the start of the legal tampering, which is ridiculous. It's basically like legal, illegal activity. It's like the purge. Oh no, it's intercepted! Correa to Todd Davis. I thought Starling had won us the game. Not quite. On first down, now it's Jake Butt to the 46. Uh-oh, now it's the Broncos who might get in range. Running low on time as Chad Kelly navigates to his left. He wants to run it or to throw it and draw a flag. Super chat from Leo, SO4. Just an idea, now that Tyrod is in Cleveland, the Browns are going to reach for Lamar Jackson so that Tyrod can mentor him, calling it. If they can get Lamar Jackson without using the 1 or 4 pick to do it, that'd be incredible. That'd make for some really good entertainment. Chad Kelly, go get him, go get him. And a super chat from Drew again. Can I get a shout out and can you say, "We are Penn State"? You are Penn State. I am just lowly Minnesota, who hasn't had many relevant college seasons recently. But thank you for the super chat, Drew. All right, we're going to overtime in the preseason. .30 on the clock to start overtime. How do they figure this stuff out? I'm getting hungry. I have no cashews next to me because I was not hungry when I started the stream. I am hungry now. Chad Kelly's opening play action. He's erratic. He's all over the place. Chad Kelly's going deep. Pickett. It's tipped. Come on. What the heck is going on in the NFL today? Just relax and enjoy. This is fun. What are you talking about? You guys won the national championship twice. Yes, the Gophers won championships back in the 60s. NFL looking like Madden rebuilds. Oh, you're right. Kane, Bills traded Tyrod to the Browns, Saquon #1. No, because I'll guarantee you one thing. One thing I'd be very confident in. There's someone who wants a quarterback bad enough to trade up to #1. I don't know who it is, but it's somebody. So maybe they can fall a couple spots and still get Barkley. If they get Barkley and like Lamar Jackson and like Bradley Chubb, oh man, they might actually figure it out. When the Browns, if the Browns ever become good, are any of us actually going to believe it? That's what I love about the NFL, though. We have the worst team, one of the worst teams in NFL history from a record standpoint, now be one of the most aggressive in free agency. You would never see that in baseball. You would never see that in basketball. Only in the NFL is that possible and actually viable for helping get the team on track. Oh, Minnesota Dynasty. Yes, we won a couple in there as well. That's about it. Kelly to the middle, and it's caught by Jake Butt near the 45. Ah, where's that pressure that we're getting so much of? A deep shot again, knocked away by Bryant Powers. Very nice. Kane, who do you want the Vikings to move forward with at quarterback? Do you want my power rankings right now? #1, healthy Teddy Bridgewater. #2, healthy Sam Bradford. #3, Case Keenum. #4, Lamar Jackson. #5, Kirk Cousins. The question is, do they get the healthy Teddy? Can they get healthy Bradford? How do you know? And I think I would take Keenum over Cousins because Keenum would be cheaper. He already has the chemistry, he's familiar, and I'm not sure Cousins is worth what it's going to cost. All right, we could be tying here in the first preseason game if we can't go score. Uh-oh. Joey Correa sacked again. Why do they keep blitzing their linebackers? Seriously, Todd Davis has 3 sacks. Two-minute warning in overtime. Keenum over Bradford? Well, I think Bradford's a much better quarterback, but where's the confidence in the medical on Teddy and Bradford at this point? Jordan Alleman, not very good. Could be a walk-off safety here. It's possible. Go deep, Alaman. Way downtown. Demons, no! I was going for it all right there. Alaman's best throw on the day. Can we force the tie on defense? Good punt. Very good punt. We flipped the field. Wind in Madden needs to stop being so exaggerated. You know what kind of wind it would actually take to send that to the opposing 25? I'm not even sure it would be safe to walk around there. I'm not a wind expert, but that's what I think. The wind is ridiculous in this game. There's a very good chance this ends in a 20-20 tie, which I think would be very fitting for how poorly this game was played. Uh-oh. Watch out for Clement now. He gets into the open field. Broncos hoping they can get into scoring range. The Rams could win the conference this year. I think it's going to be really competitive. The NFC is just incredible. Chad Kelly. Wow, good throw. Couldn't close the gap with Callahan. Walk-off pick six, calling it. We'll see, Billy. You called your shot. It could happen. We're going the distance here in overtime in the preseason. I've been asked a lot about Richard Sherman. I've answered this once, but I'd say that the teams I'd look at most for signing him would be like Falcons, Panthers, 49ers, and Packers. Brendan Pierce sends a super chat. What do you think about Darnold to the Giants? I just don't think they're going to do that. If they're going to keep Eli Manning, I don't think they take a quarterback at number 2. I could see them trading up their second round selection into bottom 1 for a quarterback for sure. But I don't think they're going to go that early. I think they are confident enough in what they have. I think they can get... I'm trying to think about what they themselves believe, which I would say that maybe one more run with Eli in the core they have and groom another quarterback on the side. So, similar to what the Chiefs did this year with Pat Mahomes. Didn't start for them, but he was there in case things didn't go well and they were able to use Alex Smith. I could see them doing the same exact thing. All right, here's the game. For the win in overtime. Couldn't block it. The kick is good, and the Broncos have beat us in overtime. It took a lot of time. All right. Awesome. It was still a fun time. I enjoy these streams. I want to stream more preseason now. But our quarterbacks, they did not do too well. Andrew Leonard looked pretty good in comparison to Alaman and Correa. On the ground, Clement 84 yards, a touchdown, a fumble. But their starters couldn't run on us. -9 yards because they tried running outside too much. CJ Ross got hurt after just 2 carries. That was hard to see. I wanted to see him play bad. Kendall Demons, 82 yards. The speed is real. Cameron Crane, 69 yards and a touchdown. Sacks given up by Bennett Jennings and a bunch of others. And then for Bears on defense, DeAndre Houston Carson, a lot of tackles. Same for Starling. With that speed, he should be making a lot of tackles. Then sacks for Averill, Calhoun, Romero, Floyd, Bram Dirth, and a pick for Marcus Cooper. Forced fumbles by Starling and Leonard Floyd. And a super chat now from Devin. Kane, I'm a huge LSU fan. What do you think of Geis and Arden Key? I don't really have a strong opinion on either of one of them right now. I haven't seen much of Geis, just a little bit, and I haven't seen Arden Key. So, you know, I have a hard time giving much of an opinion right now, but I will become more familiar with these players as we continue on approaching the draft, and we'll be talking about this stuff a lot in streams between now and the draft. Kane, can you have a dedicated stream for off-season? I have one, James, on the channel right now. It is 2 hours and 40 minutes. Just go to my channel, youtube.com/MrHurriicane, go to videos, and the year 2 off season is there. It's almost 3 hours long. It has 31,000 views right now. Have you ever thought about just focusing on your Bears and Browns franchises? I've thought about maybe limiting series, but not just to 2. You should play Long Shot. I have played Long Shot, and I liked it. Alright, so let's check on the injuries now after 1 week. Whoops, Trade Center is not where you see injuries. Alright, so here's what we got right now. CJ Ross, done for the preseason. Javonte McKinney, done for the preseason. Holland and Anzalone, also going to miss the preseason. McKinney and Ross are going to be out for week 1 as well. So, I'll have to decide what to do here, because I'll have to carry all these players on the active roster if I don't put them on IR. At least until, after final cuts. So I might put Holland and Anzalone on IR. I'm not sure yet, because I don't want to cut other players to get down to 43, because I can't release these players. I'd have to IR them. So, probably going to happen. I'm not sure if I'll stream more of the preseason. I do want to. I also want to stream some more NBA this weekend. I've been practicing that this week, playing some My Career. But we'll see what happens. I do think there's a good chance I stream again tomorrow. But would I stream Madden or NBA? I'm just not sure yet. I want to get up early tomorrow and get some stuff out the way so I can give myself some options this weekend. So, hoping to get at it early tomorrow, do some Kalispell, get some Let's Plays cranked out, and then figure out how I can do some streams. Because I'd like to stream maybe Saturday and Sunday. Perhaps. And with that, I am all caught up on Super Chats. Let me just be 100% sure. Nothing here I didn't recognize. And thank you for all the Super Chats today. And thank you all for making the streams fun recently. I didn't stream much in January or February, but recently I have been streaming a little bit more regularly. What with my NBA series and the off season, and now doing the preseason here. I really enjoy streaming. And hopefully I can find some other fun things to stream in the future. I've long thought about doing like the all MrHurriicane team, and I might make that a stream series at some point. I'm not sure what game it'd be in, either all pro football or Madden. But yeah, I'm having a good time here streaming with you guys. I didn't see what our peak was. I'm not checking the view counts very often. It was 1,002, so we hit 4 digits at one point. But if you missed anything, I'm going to still be making the preseason recap video where I take all the highlights and important plays from the preseason and throw it into one video. And whether you watch the stream or not, I mean, you're going to be able to see everything you need from the preseason. So you can watch the stream. You don't have to if it's too much time. Jay Patterson, Kane, you should do a free agent live stream on Monday when things become official. Huh. That's an idea. That's around the time I like to stream. Isn't it actually Wednesday it becomes official? Monday is tampering? I would actually be interested in doing that. I'm not sure what I'd stream, but even if I'm just hanging out here and we watch the news roll in for an hour and a half or so, maybe you see my live reaction to something the Vikings do. That sounds like a lot of fun. I'll try to find something to stream for that then, because I want to do that. I'll find something to play here. I'm just not quite sure yet what I want to do. And again, I'm caught up on Super Chats. But thank you for that last one, Jay, because that's a great idea. And now I can plan in advance for doing something for free agency. And I should be doing it for other NFL events, because we like talking football here. And I don't do a podcast or anything, so it's my best chance to really do it. Kane, I meant an IRL dedicated off-season live stream. Oh, okay, James. So a stream doing things with the actual NFL offseason, which is kind of what Jay was talking about. I should be doing that for deadlines that we know about, and free agency is one of them. So yeah, I want to do that. I think it's Wednesday. It'll be official. I think it's at 2 or 3 o'clock Central Time in the afternoon, right when I like to stream, a little bit before dinner time. So that's perfect. You could do another fantasy draft team. I could do something like that. I want to do something that wouldn't take much focus. Glad you like that idea, man. Thank you for sharing, Jay. Always leave feedback. I love seeing feedback. Don't think that, don't hold back questions when you have, ideas about stuff. Just restarted the Minnesota Dynasty. Yeah, that's a fun series. I'd love to go back and watch some of that. Spent a lot of time making new content, though. Any videos coming today? On the main channel, it's just this. But I'm going to have Kalispell for you all tomorrow. And Matt Pierre is already up on the second channel. I posted that before I went live, so you can check that out. It's a revenge game. Matt Pierre playing against the Colts. Alright, I'm going to have to end the stream now so I can actually go get some dinner. But thank you all. I hope to be streaming tomorrow, but we'll have to see because there's a lot of stuff I need to get done tomorrow. I need to do some Kalispell. I need to get some Browns finished. And I got to find some time to play some Twins because now it's been almost 2 weeks since I did that. So I will try to stream tomorrow, if not Sunday. And I'm not sure yet what I'm going to stream, if it's going to be basketball or if it's going to be Madden, but I'd lean Madden right now just because the preseason is pretty urgent to get done. Alright, thank you all for joining the stream, having a good time with me today. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I will see you all soon with more content. Have a great day, everybody.